Did you miss me? I think you did. But I'm back after a couple of days off. Pretty much the whole weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I am back. It is I. If you don't know who the fuck I am, who the fuck are, it is I, your tribal god of extreme, your extreme heavyweight champion of the world, undefeated, undisputed, rank fucking god. It is I, Peter Joseph, here for a late night video right here on Metal God 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want more, hit the bell. And that's pretty much it. Not going to go through everything I usually talk about, because it's time to get serious, my friends. Time to get serious on that. But if you like the video, great. Hit that like button. If you want more, subscribe and hit the bell for more. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. If you're new, welcome to the party. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, you grab that cold one, and enjoy. And if not, exit stage right, or left, that way, or whatever way you're watching this from. But you don't like it, get out of here. Because your opinion don't matter. That's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is late Monday night, August the 19th, 2024, or for my great replay crew, because I know you watch my videos on the replay, but it is what it is. It is now August the 20th, 2024, as we have now passed the midpoint of August. We are 1 week away from Labor Day weekend, the unofficial end of summer. A couple weeks away from the official start of fall. I think it's about pretty much about a month away. It's about 4 weeks away from fall beginning, the autumnal equinox, whatever you want to call it. Fall, autumn, whatever. But we're pretty much getting to the end of the summer, which is really next week. And it's still going to be warm for most of September. But as we get into October, it's going to start, going to break out the hoodie. We got the hoodie, and then we got Halloween coming up. And then, pretty much after Halloween, down the drain it goes. We fall back an hour at the beginning of November. November the 3rd, I believe. It's right the day after Crown Jewel, which is November the 2nd. I think November the 2nd or 3rd. One of those days. Yeah, it's the 3rd. Actually, it's November the 3rd is when we fall back. November the 2nd is Crown Jewel. It was November the 5th, as we all know, is the most important day in the world, where we have to vote. And please vote for Donald Trump. Don't vote for that fucking cunt, Kamala Harris. Please do not. For the love of all that is holy. We don't want more riots. If Kamala Harris gets in, forget it. This country is done. Like, everybody's going to be moving to Canada, or, I don't know where. Maybe Antarctica at this point. Who knows? But it's going to be a mess if Kamala Harris and her running mate, what's his name? Jim Walls, balls to the wall. I don't know what his name is. I care less. Hopefully they don't win. I mean, the Democratic National Convention has started. We heard from Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, and Sleepy Joe Biden got a nice ovation. He was like, come on, this is great. Sleepy time for Joe Biden. Put him back in the group home. Shit. I didn't even watch it. I saw some highlights. I'm like, get me with a spoon. Boring. We got 3 more days of this shit. And we're gonna hear from Bill Clinton, baby. How you doing, Bill Clinton? I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. Yes, you did. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna hear from good old Bill Clinton. Then we're gonna hear from the Vice President. I think on Wednesday night, and then Thursday night, we all know what happens. Kamala Harris is like, I accept your nomination as President of the United States. Shit like that, and pretty much we are on the road to election day. We got the debates coming up, the vice presidential debate. It's probably gonna be exciting. The presidential debate with Trump and Kamala Harris is gonna be war. I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see if Trump and J.D. Vance come out swinging. Bam! Smack those bitches around. But we'll see. We'll see when we get to September. I think there's a couple debates coming up in September. But we got that. I don't even think anybody's gonna watch it, depending on when it is. It coincides with football. Nobody's gonna watch that. People are gonna watch football. They ain't gonna hear what Trump and Kamala Harris got. It's like, oh fuck them. We're gonna watch football. And football beginning in 2 weeks, my friends. You gotta love it. Hey, the Niners won on Sunday night football. 16-10. Got a little dicey with about 3 minutes left. The Saints were on the 21-yard line of the Niners, and the Niners defense smacked them around. It's like, no, you ain't winning this game. It is what it is. But Brock Purdy, didn't have a great game, and then Josh Dobbs came in like he's the second coming of Brock Purdy. Did some good shit, scored a touchdown. The only touchdown of the game. Well, the second touchdown of the game. I think it was the first or second touchdown, I forget. But anyway, Jake Moody, hitting some field goals early. Good stuff. Good stuff, but you fucked up in the Super Bowl. But it was just a bad snap. But what are you going to do? And that was really what made, pretty much, besides the defense flaking out in the fourth quarter. And in overtime. Even if that botched field goal, point after, when it came back to bite the Niners in the ass, I think the Niners would have won that Super Bowl if not for the defense stinking up the joint. But it is what it is. We'll talk about it another time. But anyway. But yeah, football becoming in 2 weeks. I got my preview coming, probably after Labor Day. So a couple weeks away. 2 weeks away from my annual football review. Preview, not review. Preview. And we got that. Baseball's ending pretty soon. Another month to go. Mets with a big win tonight. Even though they blew a 3-1 lead. Pretty much a 3-1 lead. In the 7th inning, as always, the fucking bullpen stinks. Well, he was Budo, but still. That bullpen is gonna... If the Mets make the playoffs, forget it. Their bullpen is gonna be the death of them. But, it is what it is. But the Mets, they blew the lead, and then El Troll, the man himself, Frankie Alvarez, boom! Piss missile dick shot. It went nuclear into the night. Mets win 4-3 over the Baltimore Orioles. Oh, you're welcome, Yankee fans. But that's it. Mets get a half game against Atlanta, so they're 1.5 back of the third wild card. Arizona and San Diego won. So Mets didn't really gain much. It sounds freaking half game. But this is a big, huge week for the Mets. Got 2 tomorrow against the Orioles, and then 7 big games with going to San Diego this weekend, and then Arizona next week, and then go to Chicago, the White Sox. They should sweep the White Sox. If they don't sweep the White Sox, it is just an embarrassment. I'm just saying. If you can't beat the White Sox, Yankee fans, you know that. But at least you took 2 or 3, I think, but still. Losing to the White Sox is like getting swept by the Mariners. Holy shit. Nothing bad to say about the Mariners, but so. I mean, losing 2-3 to the Oakland Athletics? What? It is what it is. Alright, enough about baseball. Let's get to the topic at hand. So if you're watching, just go up to 10 minutes. But anyway, it is time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for another tribute video. We lost 3 people over the span of a couple of days. Like I said, I've been out of the loop. Pretty much last weekend, I took a little hiatus, a little trip. A trip away. People didn't think I went away, but I did. So, fuck you. Here's some of the comments. Well, fuck you too. It's called having some free time when I'm on my, I'm not doing much. But I was doing a lot this weekend. Partying it up at the bar down south, but not that down south, but out of the state, basically. So I had some fun. So I needed to get out, because, I needed to get out. But I needed a trip, too, because I had to use up my vacation time. But now it's pretty much reset. It's reset, and probably won't be taking a vacation till maybe April. I don't want to go for Easter because I don't want to miss WrestleMania, so I might go the week before that, or I'll just maybe go sometime in next summer, like between June and July, maybe August again. But I mean, we'll see. Depends on the money, and then depends on everything else. Depends how everything goes. But pretty much now, I'm pretty much full steam ahead. Pretty much through the end of the year. We'll reassess everything when we get to probably by New Year's Eve. We'll reassess everything that's going to happen in 2025. Well, we got a lot of stuff. But that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as always on this channel, for those of you who have never seen my channel before, it is a metal channel. I am the metal god, basically. Not Rob Halford, but still. I talk a lot about music. I have some music-related death videos that I've done in the past. But mostly, it's besides music, movies, TV, sports, like wrestling, because wrestling is a sport, and other things. But I do have music-related videos, some news videos, some unbagging, some in this moment, New Year's Day, a couple other things here and there. I'm going to get into some, I want to do, the thing is, I so want to do, video, new music video reviews, but I can't play the song because of copyright. So, I can't show the video because I'll get copyrighted. I probably get a copyright claim, not a copyright, but I mean, I could play the video, I play a song, if I get copyright claimed, I don't give two shits, but I might do something like that, but anyway, there's a, get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because if you're watching this Tuesday, tomorrow, Wednesday, well, not tomorrow, but Wednesday, oh, big day if you're an In This Moment fan, finally, a new music video for In This Moment, Sanctify Me, is coming out Wednesday, August the 21st, and oh boy. If you thought the Purge video was great, watch on Wednesday, please. I mean, and that video shot up to like 1 million views in like a week. It's got over 3 million, I don't even know what it is now, it's got at least over 3 million plus now. But Sanctify Me, I hope it surpasses The Purge, but in at least the first month. But I mean, we'll see. But Wednesday, get ready, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen it all too. Another freaking epic masterpiece of a video. It's a great song too. It's a banger. Can only imagine what the next video is if they even make another video. I hope it's Army of Me, the Bjork cover, but I mean, I guess unless Maria and the band say, oh, what's the next video should be? What, every other song on the album, like Sacrifice or I Would Die For You, even though that's in John Wick, but it's not a music video, but It should be. Everything starts and ends with you. That should be a music video. I think the whole album should have music videos. Like Ozzy's Ultimate Sin. Basically, every song's a video. I think it was, Ultimate Sin, I think was a video. Video form. Well, live videos, but still. But still, the original Ultimate Sin video. Not Ultimate Sin. Well, Ultimate Sin is a video, too. But Shot in the Dark was an actual video, of course. But we move on. Anyway, so I do that, and I have some concert footage as well. So, we move on with that. So, and I probably got more coming in November, but we'll see about that. We shall see about November, because there's some concerts I'm going to in November. One of them is Creed, but I don't know if I'm going to get any footage from Creed. You know, I might have to sneak it in, but, yeah. You know, the great people at Madison Square Garden, they won't let you. Some, they might, you can get away with it, but still, they're like peeping Toms, basically. But, we move on. But anyway, we got that. But there was, like I said, there was 3 deaths over the weekend, 2 deaths over the last weekend, 1 big one. And I'll get to that in a minute. But today we lost Phil Donahue, legendary talk show host. He died, I believe, at age, I think it was in his 80s, 80, 81. If it wasn't basically for him and guys like Merv Griffin, there would be no Eduardo Oliveira, no Maury Povich, no Jerry Springer, no Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones, all the old school fart knockers, the old school people, Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake, Maury, so many all the old ones. They kind of grew up with Phil Donahue, and he had a lot of interesting freaking topics on his show. He had Vince McMahon on his show once when it wasn't the steroid scandal. It was some sexual harassment scandal. Not the one that he's in now. It was way back when, like the late 80s. I think it was around the 80s, early 90s. There was like a lot of people, like a few people were on the show, like bad-mouthing Vince, and Vince is like, I don't give a shit. I'm Vince McMahon. Vince could have went to jail a long time ago. Not now, basically. It was not in jail now, but he's in a humongous sex scandal thing with that chick that basically got passed around like a joint, the John Laurinaitis and company. But yeah, Vince is done anyway. I mean, he's gone from WWE, gone from wrestling. Guy's almost 80 years old. Should be in a freaking group home or, I don't know. I don't care what he does at this point. I mean, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, yeah, because it's Vince and Kenny McMahon. Still. You can only imagine when Vince goes in, the entire family's going to induct him. Triple H, Stephanie, Shane, Linda, if she's around. But the kids, of course. I don't think it'd be just one person. I mean, come on. It's Vince. The entire company, Nick Khan can even induct him. Well, I don't even know him that well, but still. I think it's gonna be Shane, Hunter, and Stephanie. Basically, and maybe Linda too, but I don't know when that's gonna be, but it is what. I mean, John Cena is supposedly gonna be the headliner for WrestleMania 41 for the Hall of Fame. Who inducts him? Pfft. Don't know. We don't know. I'm hoping it's Randy because Randy and Cena came up together, but still, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But anyway, so Phil Donahue has passed away. So that was today. But over the weekend, the big one that really shook a lot of people up on Friday night, especially for you people that love the Bloodline, we have to throw up on ones, even if Solo's around with his fake as fuck Bloodline. bastards beat up Roman. Oh, fuck you. But anyway, speaking of Roman, he lost his uncle, Alpha, the other half of the Wild Samoans. We lost Sika a couple months ago. Now we lost Alpha on Friday afternoon, at the age of 81. It was announced by his family on Friday. Now, Thursday, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday last week, there was this big, they were saying, oh, Alpha died Wednesday or Thursday. Some idiot journalist, who's probably not even a real journalist, said that, oh, Alpha's dead. So, but his daughter, I don't even know her name, but Alpha's daughter went on social media and said, no, my dad, my dad's alive. He's not dead. And then pretty much, I think it was like the next day, he was actually dead. So, I mean, that was that. But in any case, Alpha Anoa'i, WWE Hall of Famer, one half of the great tag team called the Wild Samoans, multiple-time WWF Tag Team Champions, among other titles they had. But he has passed away at the age of 81. Sika died in June, so 2 months apart. And the family said his son, Samu, remember that from the Islanders? I was going to almost say the Samoan SWAT team, but I think it was, I don't know if that was the same team, but I got to look that up. But anyway, Samu said on Facebook, it is with deepest regret that we announce the passing of my father, Alpha Anoa'i Sr. It was a peaceful transition and, death, and he was surrounded by loved ones. Please respect our privacy as we mourn our father. And this is Roman's uncle. So we had that. Now, Alpha was recently admitted to hospice care. He had 2 heart attacks, even and battling pneumonia in January. That's tough. But he kept kicking out of 2, and he looked great right after. Right after that. Then he was kind of in and out of the hospital, and that was that. WWE did, as always, they observed a moment of silence, which was great for Alpha. Jey Uso came out at the after SmackDown to do a nice little tribute to Alpha. Roman said on Twitter, "Our family has suffered another great loss with the passing of my uncle. We thank everyone for the support and are comforted by the fact that he now rests in peace. Alpha and my father, Paula," I'm going to have a problem with this name. Paula Ivo Leiti Sika Anoa'i, that's his father. So basically, I'm not going to say his given name, I'm going to say Sika. We're loving brothers, the greatest tag team of their generation. They were. I mean, you look at 80s tag teams, you can't say 80s tag teams without, like, the Road Warriors, the Steiners, the Wild Samoans. I mean, so many great tag teams. The Hart Foundation, the British Bulldogs, Rock and Roll Express. I mean, Ole and Arn Anderson. But the Wild Samoans were just amazing. NWA Tag Team Champions, Mid-South Wrestling Tag Team Champions, WWF Tag Team Champions. I don't know, well, 3-time WWF Tag Team Champions. Georgia Championship Wrestling, the other GCW, not that GCW that we all know and love now, the hardcore GCW. Georgia Championship Wrestling and the AWA, they've won 20 tag team titles around the world. I think they're second to the great Dudley's teams, who won like 26. Even though it's pretty much more than that. The Bushwhackers, people say the Bushwhackers have like 28, 29 tag team titles around the world. Never in WWE though. So really, you say they were a great tag team, but they're not. They were never champions in any promotion, especially WWF at the time. still. But I think the greatest, I mean, if you looking at longevity and how many titles they won, you gotta go with the Dudleys because they won like 26, 27 titles. But Alpha and Sika, 20 title reigns. The Usos have, I think, 10, I think between 10 and 12. And the New Day is pretty much close around that area too. So, I mean, you look at the tag teams on the new generation. I mean, I think the best tag teams on the new generation, besides the Bucks, of course, and yes, I'm being a mark on that, but, alright, the New Day, the Usos, great tag teams. Great. Red Dragon, what else can you say? Motor City Machine Guns, you can put them on the list, but, yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, moving aside from that, greatest tag team of the generation, now they're reunited together in heaven. Wrestling Power Wild Samoans. That's what Roman said on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. The last time we saw Alpha, he was with Sika in 2020 at Hell in a Cell. We all remember that one when Roman was champion, started his longest fuck reign with both titles at the time, then became undisputed after he beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 38? But anyway, they were there to give the Ulafala, the necklace, to Roman after beating Jey Uso in Hell in a Cell, thanks to Jimmy saying, "I agree, quit, leave him alone." And that was that. So that was the last time we saw Alpha and Sika together. So, we have that. So that's really, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about Alpha. So, to Alpha and the entire Bloodline, and yes, Solo, I'm talking about you. So, all the Bloodline members and their families, my heartfelt condolences go out to the entire Bloodline family, the Anoa'i family, the Fatu family. My heartfelt condolences go out to every member. Roman, of course, throw up the one, as always, because you have to acknowledge Alpha, you great man up there with Sika. Even Yokozuna, because he is Samoan. He just played a Japanese guy on TV. But we got that Yokozuna, the great Umaga, or as Vince would say, Umanga. Don't get me started with that. But all the entire Samoan dynasty, Haichi Peter Maivia, Rocky Johnson, The Rock's dad, basically, Soul Man Rocky Johnson. All those people in the Samoan dynasty. Just probably one of the greatest families in wrestling. Next to the Rhodes, and next to the Guerreros. Even next to the Mysterios. Well, not Dom, per se, but... What do you mean? My son is great like me! So, Eddie, not now. Sorry. I'm sorry, I don't know how Eddie was even up. But anyway. It's not time to be that dumb, but anyway. I just wanted to do that. Anyway. So, the Alpha. We acknowledge you. Rest in peace, sir. That's that. Alright. Finally, I want to talk quickly about some music-related deaths. Well, the big one that happened pretty much the same day. I think it was on Friday or Saturday. Jack Russell, from the great band Great White, which he formed back in the late 80s, passed away over the weekend. I don't know the cause of death. Let me see if I can... Let me see if I can get his, thing. Yeah, he died at 63. Let me go. Just get that. Yeah, he was 63. Original lead singer of his own band, Great White, and there was another version later on. But you know how those bands are. They break up, and then one person forms their side, their version of the band, and then another one's basically the same band, but just with, new members or old members. Like, certain band like Queensryche. But, even Judas Priest has two versions now. There's K.K. Downing's Priest with Tim Ripper Owens. And then we all know Judas Priest with the great Rob Halford. And a couple, basically, Rob Halford, Ian, what's his name? I think his name is Ian, the bass player. Glenn Tipton does play with Priest, not as much anymore, because he has, Parkinson's, I believe. Not good. But, he could still play, but not, like he used to. But, just, pretty much just the same. Hey, it's Chris Stratus. Anyway, but yeah, but those type of bands, there's like 6,000 different versions of the band. It sound the same, but, now they have new stuff, so. But they still play the old school stuff. Which a lot of people are like, why is he playing it? They sang it. It's like when Pink Floyd broke up. Thankfully, David Gilmour, no relation to my former self, no relation, by the way, when David Gilmour and basically got the rights to the name of Pink Floyd, he had a long fight with Roger Waters, and thankfully he got the name Pink Floyd, and Pink Floyd just went on to major success, and with Momentary Lapse of Reason, Delegates on the Thunder, basically their last, well, not the last studio album, but the last studio album was The Endless River, which is only one new song. Everything else was instrumentals. Pretty much the last studio album before that was The Vision Bell. But still, great band still. But imagine if Roger Waters formed his own version of Pink Floyd. They just called it Pink Floyd, or Roger Waters Pink Floyd. It'd still be Pink Floyd. Just with Roger Waters singing every fucking song, like mostly he wrote. But still, I mean, what would have been on that? But anyway, yeah. So Jack Russell died, 63 years old. Former lead singer Great White, who had big hits in the 80s, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. The Angel Song, and not that Angel Song, but called The Angel, and Rock Me, which is still, both songs are still on MTV Classic, if you have that channel, or you just download on Spotify. Great singer, great frontman, and he was even on stage the night 100 people died in that horrific 2003 nightclub fire in Rhode Island. That was just horrible. A lot of people died. But anyway, move on. On his Instagram page, there was a statement saying, Jack is loved and remembered for his sense of humor, exceptional zest for life, and unshakable contribution to rock and roll, where his legacy will forever thrive. This was on Thursday, because he died Thursday, then off it on a Friday. The death was confirmed by K.L. Doty, author of Russell's autobiography, The True Tale of Mr. Bone, not Mr., Mr. Bone, a rock plus roll narrative, or a rock and roll narrative. Never read the book, but anyway. He stopped touring after announcing he had been diagnosed with Lewy body dementia and multiple system atrophy, which causes loss of coordination and balance and changes in speech. That's not great. So a lot of former, metal stars mourned his loss. Ex-Cinderella member Fred Curry said the world lost one of the nicest guys in the business, one of the great voices to sail across the airways of the 80s. Bret Michaels of Poison said, my friend Jack Russell, such an amazing voice. So, good stuff. I mean, they toured with bands like Poison and Cinderella and everything. Then the mentions of the 2003 fire, which killed the band's guitarist Ty Longley, injured 200 people. It was just horrible. It kind of was like the prelude, not the prelude, but what led to, well, it wasn't a fire. Then the next most horrible thing that happened at a freaking nightclub was when Dimebag got shot in 2008, I believe. But that fucking idiot now is burning in hell, rightfully so. So they were talking about that. But anyway, he had major success. He formed a band, or actually he joined the band in 1981. They formed in 1977. Found success with his blend of blues and hard rock before he left to record a solo album. But the band split up in 2001. Russell formed his own band under his own name, Jack Russell's Great White. But they had great hits like the late 80s. Once, like I said, Once Bitten, Twice Shy, from the album Twice Shy, peaking at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. Aided by the video with those hot chicks in that video, especially the, what's her name? Bobby, whatever her name is. That chick, front and center, who actually was going out with Jack Russell. Then, somehow she got with Janie Lane, the late, great Janie Lane of Warrant. Remember Cherry Pie? Who knew a freaking song about pussy you would get that? I mean, not the first time we had a song about pussy. Wang Dang Sweet Poon Tang, anybody? From my good friend Uncle Ted Nugent. Don't know who my Uncle Ted is? Yeah, I have an Uncle Ted. His name is Ted Nugent. Uncle Ted, Wang Dang Sweet Poon Tang. That's poetry, right there. That song is poetry. Gotta love that Nashville pussy. And it's just not the name of a band, too. There is a band called Nashville Pussy. It's a great band, too. But I digress. But anyway. But yeah, she was in that video. The Angel song reached number 30. You don't really see that video much on MTV Classic. I mean, you can look it up on YouTube if you want to. Twice Shy wound up to sell 2 million copies, and they earned a Grammy nomination in the Best Hard Rock Performance category. Did not win, obviously. The entire band reunited in 2007 with the original members to mark their 25th anniversary. Issued a new studio album. Spent the last 2 months touring Europe. That's it. Pretty much that's it. And then, like I said, Jack Russell had to stop touring because he had dementia and all that other shit. But he died pretty young, 63. So, I mean, like I always say, you never know when our last day will come and what might happen as we get older. People die in their 20s and 30s of fucking cancer, It's crazy. But now people dying of heart attacks, people dying of dementia, like stage 5 dementia, like Terry Funk did back a year ago. Actually, speaking of wrestling-related deaths, Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt's death. I think Terry Funk is actually today, the 20th. He died on this day last year, and Bray Wyatt is Wednesday night. Oh, they better do something Wednesday night on Dynamite for that. I hope, I don't know, but it is going to be the 1 year passing of Bray Wyatt. I'm surprised they even mentioned it tonight on Raw. But I'll get to Raw tomorrow. I just want to put this video up just to give my thoughts about Alpha and everything. But it is pretty much what it is. But we got that. So that's all I got to say about that. I don't want to go too much longer because it's late. But in any case, rest in peace to Phil Donahue, Jack Russell, Great White, and the big man up there, excuse me, Alpha of the Wild Samoans. So to them, yes, I always do in my rest in peace videos. Toast to the faithful departed. Usually whatever I got: Pepsi, water, juice, tea, whatever you got. Raise your glass, raise your bottle, whatever you're drinking out of, and toast to Phil Donahue, Jack Russell, Great White, and the big man, Alpha of the Wild Samoans. Rest in peace. Godspeed. That's pretty much all I got to say about that. Alright guys, leave me your thoughts and opinions down below, your memories of Phil Donahue, Jack Russell, Great White, and Alpha of the Wild Samoans. Put your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments section of the video, and that's all I got to say about that. If you like the video, hit that like button if you want more, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell to turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything. Miss the next video whenever that might come. And that's all I got to say about that. Alright, we're going to get back to wrestling reviews tomorrow with Raw and NXT tomorrow night. Should be an interesting show. I think it's taped, I heard. I don't know if that's even true. Because I heard something like they're going to Berlin. Maybe it was a misprint. I don't know. But I don't even think it's taped this tonight. Tuesday. I don't think it's taped. It's going to be taped on tomorrow night, but I think it's a live show because they got a well, next week's a definite live show because it's the go home show before No Mercy next Sunday in Denver. We got that SmackDown next Friday at I think 10 a.m. Eastern. We got the kickoff show for Bash in Berlin because SmackDown is taped next week because it's in Berlin, obviously. And then next Saturday afternoon, I think at 1 p.m. That's when Bash in Berlin will begin because Berlin's like I think 6-7 hours from New York time. So we got that. All In is this Sunday afternoon. Well, the pre-show starts at 11. Wow, 11 with 0 hour, and then the main show starts at 1. And I did see on AEW's YouTube page the media scrum, the ever popular All In media scrum will be at 5 p.m. So I think this is going to be like a 3-hour pay-per-view at least. Well, besides the pre-show. So it's going to go from 11 to about 11 to 5. So it's going to be about a 3-4 hour pay-per-view. Main show. But overall, you got about a 5-hour pay-per-view. Crazy. I don't think anybody's going to watch most of 0 hour. I might watch a little bit of it in the morning, but I'm really going to watch the main show. And the card looks decent, but I mean, we'll see what happens with that. Got that triple threat match for the AEW Tag Team belts with the Bucks, FTR, and the Acclaim. That's going to be pretty damn good. Crying Bryan Danielson, probably in his last match ever against Swerve for the AEW World Title. Toni Storm, if she beats Paige tomorrow, which I think she will because Paige's contract is pretty much up. I don't know if she's going to renew or not. We'll see. That's for the AEW Women's Title. So I think Toni Storm will retain, and then had that epic match with Mariah May. Mina Shirakawa might get involved in that. We'll see. We got that. Jack Perry and Darby Allin in a coffin match. That's going to be insane. We got that. What else we got? I think the Trios titles are going to be on the line in a triple threat match. The House of Black, the Patriarchy. Actually, it's a 4-way ladder match, I should say. We got the Patriarchy, the House of Black, the Bang Bang Gang, and Jay White, the Switchblade. Switchblade is back from injury, so he might be on Dynamite this week or Rampage or Collision. We'll see when he comes back. But I think they're saying he might save him for All In, and he'll be in that Casino Gauntlet match for a shot at the World Title at a later date. We got that. We got a mixed tag team match with Ishii and Willow Nightingale against Stokely Hathaway and and Chris Statlander. I believe that's on the pre-show. We got a lot of good stuff. At All In should be a great show, and then pretty much 2 weeks from Saturday is All Out in Chicago, Illinois. Already know Chris Statlander and Willow will fight for the CMLL Women's title. Stipulation to be named. Probably after All Out, because the winner of that mixed tag team match gets to name the stipulation. So probably be like a hardcore match, some type of hardcore match. I mean, I have to see what happens with that. That's pretty much the only thing happening at All Out. We also got, Britt Baker, DMD, baby, taking on Mercedes Moné for the TBS title. Camille will be at ringside. See what happens with that. And pretty much a lot more. That's all I got to say about that. So I will be doing my predictions on Saturday afternoon regarding All Out. As far as we get to the next week, I will be doing on Friday. Next Friday, I'll be doing Bash in Berlin predictions, and then probably Sunday next Sunday, September the 1st, I will do NXT No Mercy predictions. Then Saturday night of Bash in Berlin, I'll do Collision review. And later on that night, I will do my Bash in Berlin review on my Peter Joseph channel, and respectively my Kill Demons channel with your Collision review for that night. Because it is live next week. This week I think it's taped from Wales. So, but we'll see what happens with that. TNA Ring of Honor doing some good stuff. We have new Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions in the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, and Dustin Rhodes. Now, Dustin is a double champion because he's 1/3 of the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions with the Von Erichs, Marshall, and Ross. So that's good for Dustin. Sammy's a champion again, after winning the TNT title 2 times. So he's back to having a belt. That's good. Mark Briscoe still your Ring of Honor champion. Lee Moriarty now the Ring of Honor Pure champion, because he finally got rid of that schmuck William Yuta and his little 6-month reign of not even defending the belt, pretty much. So he's the new champ. Athena still your forever women's champion, and up next, if you see her in the background, that's Abaddon. I mean, if Abaddon doesn't win the belt, who the fuck is going to beat Athena? I hope it goes to Abaddon and she has a nice little long reign with it. I don't care if it's like 2 months. But we got that. Red Velvet from Your Mama's Kitchen is the Women of Honor women's TV champion. TV champion now is still Atlantis Jr. I don't know when he's going to lose that belt. Congrats to Matt Riddle on winning the Cruiserweight belt in AAA, beating Commander even though he had that belt. Dolph Ziggler lost to Alberto Del Rio, thanks to a certain guy named Jarrett. J-E-R-R-E-T, that's Jarrett. At Aniversario, in the Mexico version, they're going to have the Puerto Rico version next Saturday. And the lovely Issa will be there, of course. It's in Puerto Rico. So, got that. So, I don't know if she's going to be doing Bash in Berlin watch-along. Because I think Aniversario starts like at 4 o'clock Puerto Rico time. Which is basically 4 o'clock here in the States. So, I don't know what's going to happen with that. But should be some good stuff next Saturday in Puerto Rico for Aniversario 51. Which I think is going to be on the Fight Network. I don't know, at night. I might watch it, but not that I watch a lot of Lucha Libre. Todo el mundo gonna be un excelente. Edelito. Sorry. But we got that. So lots of stuff coming up in the next few weeks as we get into the beginning of September. We got No Mercy. We got All Out. At the end of September, we got Grand Slam from Arthur Ashe Hall Stadium in Queens, New York City. Then as we turn the calendar over to October, we got Bad Blood returning, which is pretty much Hell in a Cell. We just changed it to back to Bad Blood, which is great. Pretty much it's going to be Punk versus Drew McIntyre, Hell in a Cell, to kind of finish that whole feud off. They announced a strap match tonight on Raw. So that's, I guess, worth the price of admission to watch Basher Berlin. Besides Walter taking on Damian Priest, not Damian Priest. Walter taking on Randy Orton, but not in his voice for the world title, and we got Cody taking on my boy Kevin fucking Steen for the undisputed title. Nothing with the Bloodline as of yet, like with Roman going against Jacob Fatu. I think they're going to save that for Bad Blood. So I have to see what happens with that. Roman's not going to be on a show this week, obviously selling the beatdown from Jacob Fatu and the rest of the fake-ass fuck Bloodline. But, I mean, we'll probably have Solo come out this week like, oh, we beat up Roman, Roman's gone. Roman ain't gone. Then maybe the Wise Man returns, or maybe... I think we'll probably get Jimmy soon. I don't know when. Jay, probably eventually in another month or so, before we get to Survivor Series. So Roman's going to get his OGs back. Jimmy and Jay will return as a face tag team. And with Sami Zayn being the original Uce, the honorary Uce, basically. So they're going to be back. We're going to be talking about feeling Ucy again. That should be fun. And that's going to set up Survivor Series, the Bloodline Civil War, in War Games. And I think Roman's team is going to win, obviously. But don't be surprised about that. A lot of people saying Rock Roman's going to happen at WrestleMania 41. That remains to be seen. They were talking about Cody versus The Rock for both belts. Rock's People's Championship belt and Cody's undisputed title. If he holds on to it that long, which maybe he might. He may or may not. Who knows? We don't even know who's going to win the Royal Rumble this year. A lot of people saying Randy's going to win the Royal Rumble this year. I wouldn't put it past WWE to give Randy like one more world title shot after he loses to Walter, because he's gonna lose. He's not gonna beat Walter in Germany, which is really supposedly Walter's home country, even though he's from Austria. I mean, Marcel Barthel's gonna get a big reaction, big pop, because he's actually German. So we got that. I can imagine Walter's entrance next Saturday afternoon. That should be interesting. Yeah, but we got a long way to go. We got lots of stuff coming up. Halloween Havoc for NXT, October the 27th. SmackDown's re-debut on the USA Network's coming up. I think 3 weeks from Friday on the USA Network. Of course, Michael Cole is going to be back on SmackDown with I don't know who. Pat McAfee's last night on Raw was tonight, so he's going to do college football again, and we won't see him until probably he might go back to SmackDown with Cole, which I think will be a good idea, and not go back to Raw. So we'll see what happens with that. We're gonna get that new guy that was from the MMA, not Jimmy Smith, obviously. I forgot his name. He's gonna be on Raw. I think September the 9th, before Cole's last night on Raw, because I think September the 9th, then he goes right to SmackDown. So he's gonna be on both shows that week. So his final Raw and then his return to SmackDown with whoever is gonna join him, whether it be Wade Barrett or I think it might be Corey Graves, and then I think Wade Barrett will go to Raw to help the new guy out. I don't know how Raw is going to be with, the new commentator. It might suck. I mean, at least it's not on, well, Kevin Patrick on Verk like. Hopefully not, but it was like, if this guy is like good as he says he is, and not a lot of people saying, oh, this guy's great, he did a lot of things for the MMA. I'm like, you know. I'd rather have more Ronaldo back instead of a guy that's pretty much unknown, that I don't watch MMA, so I don't know anything about this guy. I'll give him a chance. If he pretty much bombs the first night, get him out. Just get him out. I don't care if you bring up Byron Saxton to do Raw. At least it'll be a little bit of an improvement, but still. Sorry, Alfred, but, you know. That's his dad. But anyway. I mean, we'll see what happens as we get to all that. Alright. I know I went a long time with this video, but I had a lot of deaths to talk about, with some wrestling news sprinkled in. So it's a long video, long return. So if you don't like it, I went too long, fuck you. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, so I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Rest in peace to Alpha, Jack Russell, Great White, and Phil Donahue. And that's all I gotta say about that. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow with For Raw. But until then, peace.